So I'm Michelle, I'm the co-owner of the Oddities and Curiosities Expo, and we're here at the show in Toronto. So we have vendors with all things weird. You find taxidermy, skulls, bones, unusual antiques and vintage items, original art, clothing like related to like alternative culture, and so much more. So we just try to have everything on the spectrum of weird. So if you like Halloween, you'll definitely find something.
Hi, my name's Teresa, and my business is called Swamp Hag Creations. I take old toys and stuffed animals, and I resource them by taking super sculpty and paint, and I sculpt everything by hand, and I make them into weird creations and monsters. I've been creative since I was 13, and I went into art, and my parents said no, be an engineer, and I said nope, I'm gonna be an artist, and now here I am. Every time the kids are like, wow, someone's selling Beanie Babies, wow, but no.
In the corner.
Oh, not quite, not quite. I either get, oh my god, that's terrifying. I usually get the kids really excited to see the stuffed animal, and then they either are excited to see the sculpt or they're horrified to see what I've done with the sculpt. I usually sit down and smoke a bit of weed, put on some movies. It's either horror movies or it's really horrible reality TV show like Love is Blind or Love Island. And I sit down, I start sculpting the base of the back of the mouth. From there I sculpt the tongue and then the teeth. I bake the sculpt in the oven, take out the sculpt, fuse it to the stuffed animal or the plastic toy, and then I paint it, I detail it, I glaze it, and from there we have a finished product. Oh no, thank you, I really appreciate it.
So we started in 2017 in Oklahoma in the States, and every year we've grown bigger and bigger. Honestly, I could have never dreamed it would be like this big. I thought it was just gonna be like me and my 20 weird friends like trading weird stuff, but it's just grown tremendously over the years. So we have 30 shows in the US, 1 here in Canada, and 4 in Australia.
My name is Mel. My business is called Drop Dead Candles, and we are from Oshawa, Ontario. We make candles with like weirdos and oddballs in mind, kind of a little funky, a little goth, a little out of the ordinary, a little dark. In 2016, I really wanted a skull candle, and I couldn't find one that I really liked, so I YouTubed how to make a candle, how to make a silicone and rubber mold, and Drop Dead was born shortly after that. Do you have to put them on either like just like a plate?
Yeah.
But so the burn hole is about this big.
You know what you
Can you read?
sensitive question, let me ask her.
So I really like this guy. I haven't actually put it online yet, and it is a spine candle, and I'm actually, I do this part-time, but I'm also a nurse, so it's the anatomy is kind of in my realm a little bit. Happy to be here. Thanks for watching, and I'm Drop Dead Candles. See me on the internet.
Typically in the US, at least, people travel from coast to coast with us. Here in Toronto, it's mainly all Canadian vendors. We have a few people that came from the Quebec area, mainly all Ontario, and we have a few people that came from the US, about 20 vendors actually from there. So we also have sideshow performers at every show, swallowing swords, walking on glass, doing all the very classic sideshow things.
And down the hatch without a scratch, folks. She has done it. Whoa. Oh, back for seconds. All right. My goodness.
And then we have classes as well. So if you have any interest in taxidermy, even if you've never done it before, we have rat taxidermy classes. Sometimes we have jackalope, and then we also have entomology classes too. So you can spread a butterfly or do taxidermy as well.
So I'm Zara, and this is my business, But Nice Sculpts. So I make polymer clay horror dolls. So I start with like building the heads that are made out of polymer clay, and then they have a wire body so they're fully posable. So they're mostly based off of like different horror characters. It was actually like a pandemic project. I just was bored at home and I wanted to create myself like in a doll form. So So I started with that, and then it just kind of grew with like all the things that I love. How many have I made? Well, I mean, I made about 25 for this show, so I've probably made hundreds now. For me, honestly, I see people come and they're like, oh, I wanted to try that and I haven't. So I just think if you have a hobby and you have like a passion, just pick it up and try, because that's how I started. I'm self-taught, and it grew into a business, and now I'm here at the show that I've been dreaming about coming to, so everything has been great for me. I'm really happy.
We'll definitely return back to Toronto, so if someone wasn't able to come this year, we do plan to come next year again, and then also hopefully expand to more cities in Canada.